Hey, what's up?
What's up, y'all?
I'm here with Lance from Triple C Power Roofing in the house. Yes.
Lightning bolt and everything.
Friend,
Hours included.
Every time I see you, there's been some kind of storm. That's a weird thing, because like...
Maybe we should start forecasting
I
this.
know, yeah.
Did anybody call that last night? I just want to know.
Yeah.
Did Mike Iskovitz call that?
I don't know if
Did Travis Hergog call that?
The peeps were like, hey, Grizzy, you
David
need to
Tillman?
get out of that crime scene, like, wherever I was at last night. And they were like, Grizzy, get back to your house. Like, take shelter because there's some crazy weather coming through. Hey, what's up with it, Hood News peeps? Are any of you affected by weather? We just seen a red truck right now with a big old heavy branch on it.
Right outside the studio.
Yep.
Big old branch fell on top of that truck.
High winds, rain, floods, all that means sometimes we find ourselves needing roofs over our heads, repairs, roofs, damages, all kinds of stuff. You want to always make sure that you're consulting with the real experts, the people that will do the work once and do it right. We got Triple C Power Roofing in the house. Yes. Lance, tell them a little bit about you.
We are he.
Yes, we are him. Yes.
No. So here's the deal, y'all. The last 12, 24 hours, there's been some heavy rain.
Yes.
Actually, I felt like it's some of the heaviest rain that we've felt, at least out in my Richmond West Side, in a long time. And I know the North Side got pounded. Conroe, Cypress, Magnolia, Tomball, like all y'all got pounded last night with the rain.
Yep.
So it even came down in sheets. I mean, thunderstorms at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Jeez.
So here's the deal. Your roof's been worn out. It may have had some breaks. It may have had some bends and you didn't know it was broken yet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But storms like last night, storms like yesterday, and the longevity of the rain, 2 to 3 inches, maybe even more in some areas, that's when you start seeing those trickles, and water forces where it wants to go. When those shingles pop loose and those nails pop underneath the shingles, and that water gets through that underlayment or maybe that old felt that you have on a 20-year roof, that's where the leaks pop up, And all those wear and tears that we've had over the last, 10, 11 months. Think about Beryl. Beryl was 11 months ago.
Oh, my gosh.
Right? Literally like 47 weeks ago.
Dang.
So if you were getting pushed this way in Beryl and then pushed that way previously in Derecho and then pushed back this way during the Christmas storms, I'm telling you guys, now is when you're going to start seeing that tropical rain start hitting.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to look up and look for those brown spots. And if you see anything that's suspect, that's when you make the phone call. Hopefully to your trusted roofer, Triple C. But if you already got a roofer in your pocket, man, give them a call. If you got that cousin or that uncle or somebody in your family that has that company, you got to tell them, hey, man, come look at this for me. Get your opinions out there. Make sure you get everything checked. Kind of like a maintenance check. Talk about routines before hurricane season. Got to get your flashlights, your bottled water,
gasoline,
your spam, your MREs, your gas cans, your stabilizer for your gas cans, right? Make sure your generator turns on. I see how I say turn on instead of cranks on. You can just press a button and your generator works now, right? But no, you got to get all those things prepped for your family and for your well-being, right? But you got to get your roof prepped too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Before that rain hits, before that wind comes, I'm telling you, the beating that a lot of houses took. You drive around H-Town right now, and there are houses that are bummed. I mean, there's just ripped off shingles everywhere.
Sometimes even all the way out in the street, I'm like, what is that? You're driving past and swerving around parts of the roof. Like, I've seen that. Like, my hood. Lance is working on some of the houses in my own neighborhood.
That's right. We had a couple of good calls. We had a couple of good fights against the insurance. So hopefully we get one of your neighbors really close to you and get them hooked up. The area I was in just the other day, like Hardy Toll Road.
Yeah.
In Rankin, right off there on the east, right off of Rankin and Hardy Toll Road. I'm telling y'all, just every other roof was beat up.
Dang.
Like there's still damages all over, and people don't even know it sometimes because they're on those 2-story, like really tall, like 2,200 square foot tall houses.
Yeah.
And nobody gets up on top of that. Nobody's got a 24-foot ladder to go up there, and that's when you need us to go out there to climb that ladder or fly that drone and take a look to see at least what you got and then how bad it is once we climb up there and see it. So.
And they do have the technology. They even got drones, friends. I've seen some of that footage. That's some cool stuff. You get to see the top of everybody's houses.
Yeah, if you don't have a drone, you're all alone.
Friend, that's true. Friend, let me ask you something. Okay, friends, this is real business right now.
Yeah.
We're coming to a deadline because some of us, you guys worked on my roof. Okay, I got my roof taken care of through Triple C. Also, I still have my fence. There's still damages from the last hurricanes, but we're coming up on a deadline. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about this deadline?
So you get about 12 months after a storm to make a claim if you had damages to your roof.
Yeah.
So if anybody's come to your house since Hurricane Beryl and told you that you had damages on your house and you just never made a claim because you didn't know what to do, you got to find a coach. And we're here to coach you through the process, right? Well, we have a legal team on retainer, right? Shout out Chidi. And then also, I'm going to be there. John James will be there. We'll be out there at your house. Antonio will be out there. We'll check out that roof. We'll get plenty of documentation. And we'll fight the insurance for you, right?
Okay.
You see the commercials everywhere. There's tons of attorneys in town, public adjusters, appraisers, all these people. But we're here with Triple C. We got everything in-house for you.
Okay.
So, look, now's your time. You got about 1 month to make that claim. I think Beryl hit like on July 6th or something like that. Maybe July 10th. I can't remember. But
we're coming up on that anniversary.
You're 5 weeks away. If you don't make that claim within 1 year, retroed after the hurricane, and guess what? When the next hurricane comes, that's your new claim.
Listen, friends, this is serious business. You got 1 month, about 5 weeks at the most, something around that time, where you got to submit those claims, or else, it goes out the window.
Right. It's all about being steered in the right direction, too, right? Obviously, even if you got denied, right? So, the hurricane hit in July. You had somebody come out to your house in August, maybe even September, and you got denied by your insurance, or maybe they weren't going to meet. You said your deductible was too high, right? We'll fight that. We have a team that can fight that and go through. And, I'm not making any promises, but the bottom line is you don't pay our attorneys. You don't pay us anything until you get the job done.
All right.
And until you get that money that comes into your pocket.
All right. So
we're not just taking any money up front. It's all on contingency, right? Yeah. I'll tell you, it's 20%. It's a 20% contingency for that. And of course, we're going to get it done the right way. We're going to print out that Xactimate report. We're going to log everything that needs to be logged, supplemental after if we see any additional damages underneath the roof, right? Underneath the surface of the roof, on the decking, maybe even in the framework, right? Soffits and fascias and places like that. We're here to work the system. We're here to work for you. You don't know what your rights are all the time. You just pay that premium every month, right? For years and years and years and years. And you might have a problem. So you had a claim, you had a big storm hit these counties. So you got to take advantage of that. If you're sitting underneath the roof with leaks right now, you want to get that taken care of too. You got to get that adjuster out there as soon as possible so we can meet them, fight for you, determine what the damage is. But also, once that adjuster comes and sees it, it's now been documented. So we can cover it up with a tarp.
So remember, Hood News peeps at home, it's now or never for those Hurricane Beryl claims.
We're done. In a month, we're done talking about Beryl.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about Beryl anymore after that. Yeah, for real, friend.
Today, we are done.
It's time. It's time to fight it. If it got denied or anything, you need to act fast. Act now.
Right, Grizzy.
Yes. So you're shifting focus towards solar fencing, and we got a prop right here. He's got a demo for us. All right. He bought something today. Look, we're gonna talk about this.
This is our solar panel.
All right.
Right. Crash Strom Solar. And basically, you see how thin this is. Look at that. Woo!
Yeah. Look.
It only weighs about 8 pounds. It's flexible.
What does this do?
Bifacial too. This replaces your electricity.
Okay.
This replaces the grid. So I'm going to say this is like an elevator pitch for you, Grizzy.
All right.
So this is roofless, gridless, loanless, leanless, portable, and more affordable solar solution.
Hey.
So what we do is we're working on putting these on top of pergolas, maybe just on your garage areas, right? Or maybe like a catwalk. But most and foremost, we're looking at fences.
Okay.
So tie it down, drill it into your fence. Perfect scenario to just run 10 or 20 of these along your fence and reduce your electricity spend.
Wow.
So this is basically putting the power back in your pocket. H-Town everywhere, and I've been in solar for 6 years as well. Everywhere you go in the city of Houston, you see solar on top of someone's house.
Oh, I see that.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a situation where somebody came in and spoke to you, and they said, hey, for $100, I'm going to put solar on your house. And in return, because of certain utility companies that I'm not going to call out, right? You're only getting 70% product delivered back to you in return. Because all those connections with net metering, right? You're losing 30% almost every time on average. because they're charging you to hold that electricity back on the grid and send it back to you. You're getting charged for those delivery fees.
Listen to this.
So I did the estimation on my house. I have 40 solar panels on my house, Grizzy.
Okay.
And last year alone, I lost $545 to that utility.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So if I do that times 25 years is the lifespan of a solar project, it's like $15,000 I'm going to lose out of my $48,000 investment. So what we're doing with this is not grid tied. We don't feed anything back to the grid. Yeah, you can touch it.
Yeah,
there you go. We don't feed anything back to the grid, right? It completely stays local, right? And we only sell you half as much as what you need. So instead of asking you for $100 and only giving you $70 worth of product, we're going to ask you for $50 and we're going to give you $50 worth of product. There's no ands, ifs, or buts. There's no games. There's no playing around, right? So what we're doing is we're partnering with other roofers in the community, even electricians and GCs as well. I'm just going to give a couple of shout outs because you know what? Not all roofers hate each other.
No,
we do have coalition. We got friends too, friends.
Yep.
So I'm going to give a shout out to Brian and Brian Hanna and Pfeifenberger over at Stallion. Angel Man Roofing. I got Corey and Derek Tapin. Love those guys. Also Justin Beam Roofing down in Richmond. Good guys down there. So they're going to be part of our vendor program with us and start pushing this on people's houses. Also electrician Steve and Ramon Villalobos and Steve Wynn. And then bro-in-law, hey, what's up, Joe? Flow Pro Electric, my man, Joe, Jose Flores. So again, those guys are all helping us out and a few other GCs in the area. So we're going to start pushing this product. And again, Grizzy, the one thing that I haven't mentioned, realtors need to see this. Realtors and roofers usually hate solar because it goes up on the roof and there's all these contract disputes and what happens when you got to list the house.
See that. If
it has a 25-year loan on it, how do you pass that on to the buyer from the seller? Guess what? With this stuff, you're going to put it up on your fence, put it up on a pergola, and you can unscrew it. And when you move, you take it with you.
Wow. So this is why it's better than the conventional on the roof installs that we see, like the old school.
If you're going,
the new technology, friends.
If you've got the cash, all right, and you want to pay for rooftop solar and you want to pay it outright, or you don't mind losing the money with maybe some of your home equity at closing and just passing it on to the next homeowner, right? Rooftop solar is okay. If you're going to stay there forever, you're in your forever home, rooftop solar is still okay. Yeah. But the problem becomes, what if the buyer doesn't want that on that big, beautiful house you have? Yeah, and so realtors are always like, don't put that on your house. Well, guess what? You don't have to.
You don't have to.
You can put it on your fence.
Yeah, I like that.
Craftstrom.com if you want to see it. It is DIY, and we come in with the white glove service.
And this is durable,
and get this done for you.
Weatherproof, and everything. It looks like new technology.
And it doesn't have to be DIY. We'll make it more professional when we put it into structures that are already on your home. So this is just kind of the way of the future, right? Just trying to do something different. Look, we're tracking DT, all right? We're tracking Washington, D.C., the big, beautiful bill, as he would say it, right? And they're talking about getting rid of those 30% ITCs. That's the federal tax credits, right?
Yeah. We've been hearing that.
Look, there's a lot of companies out there that have been leasing and PPOing, and honestly, in my opinion, I've never sold one of those, and I just don't believe in them. So y'all can ripple me if you're a solar dealer out there, but I think that it's just trash that they've been taking those tax credits and pocketing it into those corporate accounts and not giving it back to the people. But what I think our elected officials are going to try to do through that bill, they don't want to cancel residential folks putting up $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 for solar and not getting their 30% tax credit. They still want that. They know who votes for them, right? So I'm shouting out to my officials. I don't care if it's Lizzie or Wesley or whoever, Ted, John Cornyn, all those guys. Like, this is a local company that's going to get some local GCs paid, right? All right? We are trying to make this happen. Residential solar does not cause the problem on the national debt issue. So I think it'll get repealed. I think the language will get repealed, and they'll still let people in residencies buy this. I think maybe the administration might lower the tax credit. We'll see. We don't know. All that's to be said and done. I do know this. They put a deadline on this. December 31st, 2025. Anything purchased and installed before that date, right? Yeah. You're going to get that tax credit next year.
All right. So
but if it expires on January 1st, don't come crying to me if you didn't get it yet.
The tax credit is available till December.
Right.
Till December
but we'll see.
31st.
I think that'll get repealed I just want to put that out there. If you were thinking about getting solar, now's the time. And just like we tell you to get that roof checkup, we can give you an energy analysis, energy assessment too at Triple C. That's what we do.
Is this Craftstrom?
That's Craftstrom Solar that owned that.
Yes. So
the company is Craftstrom Solar, craftstrom.com. Shout out to Michael Schur and his brother Stefan. They came from Austria.
Wow.
And they now live here in Houston. They've installed over 14,000 of these gridless systems. Hey, there's a lot of conspiracy theorists, Grizzy, around here. They're all like, I don't want no government running my electricity. Well, guess what? You can now technically go off grid with this.
Like seriously, with
That's
these,
it.
Yeah. How many do you think these would take? Like, how many would somebody need for like a 3 to 4 bedroom house?
Yeah. So what we're telling people is 20 of these are going to get you more than a majority of your energy.
Okay.
And then we can build on from there. We actually are very cautious. Even though it's been NEC approved and Department of Energy has approved this, we're very cautious on how many of these we string as we backfeed into your electric panel, right?
Okay.
But that's what our electricians and our teams are doing right now. Mr. Villalobos, Mr. Flores, Mr. Wynn, they're going to be testing out the theories and maybe putting up bigger amperages so we can get maybe 30, 40, 50 of these panels in someone's house.
That's so cool.
So it's interesting. It will develop more, but right now we're just looking for less is more, and you want to keep everything local and not let big utility companies take your money from you when you make this investment. So.
Yeah, these are cool. This is the next level because they're not tied to the traditional ground, like the way we've been seeing.
And we'll put them on a ground mount too. And we do have the regular glass panels. They're actually made in America. The glass panels are made in America.
Wow.
So if you want to get just the ground mount lying along your fence line, you can do that too. But I'm telling you guys, I'm putting 10 of these up on my fence. The photos are coming soon.
All right. So this is Lance's new Craftstrom solar product. It's designed to offer greater efficiency, affordability. We need that right now, especially with all the stuff, everything goes up in prices and the customization than other solar options. He has these things available. So it's available. Call him now. What is the number they need to call, friend, to get in contact with you?
Sure. Our number always, you can text me solar or Grizzy, right? Depending on what you want. Yep. Always got that $1,500 Grizzy Hood News Peeps discount, right?
All right.
And then also for this, it's just 1-855-766-1990. So 1-855-766-1990. Of course, you can just message us. We get in that comment section and we'll get out there. And hey, every time it seems like we're on here, someone says they need some help and we try to go to the rescue.
Yeah,
we get out there and see them. Check this out. I think
that's what's up.
so we helped Margarita Flores.
Hey, Margarita.
We helped her out a few months ago, right? Got her a free roof, basically by just fighting her insurance after they told her she wasn't going to get one. We got her for nothing out of pocket, all right? Then we helped out Miss Vicky and her husband David up in Tomball. So thank you, Vicky, for trusting with
in the
us.
House. Yes.
So we helped them out. And then also,
I remember her on the live feed. Yes.
Rick and Teresa.
All right, Rick and Teresa.
Teresa hit us up on the last live that we did.
I remember that. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I went out and visited with them. I think they ended up getting almost a full replacement. I mean, they had some rough times with some water a few years ago, and now they've had some rough times with the roof. But the second adjuster came out and said, "Hey, you're right. There's a ton of damage. This roof is cooked." So, hey, thank you all for trusting us. You come in, you chime in through these live interviews with me and Grizzy, and we really do appreciate y'all for calling us.
Awesome. Somebody says that they made a phone call to you and they have not heard back. What number are you calling? Make sure that you're reaching out to the right number. What's the right number, friend?
It's 1-855-766-1990.
All right. And we're here with Lance Edwards, Triple C Roofing. Yes, Triple C.
I had to share this Facebook on my Facebook too.
Right.
Your live today.
Good.
Like the live the other day, best live I've ever seen. Out at the clubs off of Edgebrook and 45. And you're out there fighting, crying with everybody.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool as hell.
That was crazy. They even had like little voodoo dolls and
the voodoo dolls, the
yeah.
baggies on the floor, the cash running in the machine. Oh my God,
that was crazy for him. That was really crazy.
No cocaine in the bathroom, right?
Man, we saw it all over the floor. They were throwing it just wherever.
Guys, that was insane. If you don't appreciate what Mr. Grizzy does here for the community, I mean, look, who goes out there at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning? I mean, this lady right here, she does it all.
Thank you, friend. I appreciate that. Yeah. Stay tuned. There's always more hood news on the way.
Shoot.
So, there we go. Let me see. So, friend, tell us, like, What else is going on in the world of roofing? Like, like you guys are anticipating those crazy months. We're going into that weather where it's hot, humid, muggy, rainy, all of that stuff. What's some things that people need to be on the lookout now to prepare? Because we still have people with damages from last one. What do you have to say to them?
Yeah, I mean, the damages are the damages. You just got to get everything looked at and assessed the proper way, maybe get multiple opinions for it. But as far as like the heat and everything like that, ventilation is important on your roofing. And you can have stagnant or you can have powered ventilation. You can have solar powered ventilation that can tie it into your electric panel and run wires in your attic. Whatever you want to do, you got to make your attics more breathable, right? Some attics can get up to 160, 170 degrees in the hot of July and August, right?
Yeah.
But if you put the proper ventilation in there, it can literally suck out the heat and release it.
Yes.
And when it does that, if you have good soffit work, if you have good ventilation in your attic, it's going to pull in 90-degree air, yes, and it's going to spit out the 150, 160-degree air. So it's automatically going to cool down your attic, which cools down your walls and ceilings, which helps your house stay cooler and your AC run less, which essentially lowers your electric bill.
Okay.
So it's a domino effect.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
So
yeah, you see it all down.
ventilation is important. We install the Cobra 3 ridge vents on most housing, but we can substitute that with our 50-year System Plus warranty from GAF.
Okay.
And by putting in some kind of solar attic vent, you can take Arctic Breeze if you want. We use the Four Seasons solar powered vents. If you want to upgrade to a better vent, we basically just charge you the cover price on it. We show you the receipt and that's what you pay for it. Matter of fact, Miss Vicky, she just did that. She put 3 solar vents up. She had those twirly birds.
Oh,
she got rid of those.
Yeah.
She also had 30 solar panels on her house. So shout out to her
Wow,
representing the industry.
Yeah.
And so we took off the solar, took off the roof, took out those vents, hopefully made some better ventilation moves for her, sealed up the whole house, and then put the solar back
That
on.
cools down the house too tremendously. Like
Right.
like friends, I'm gonna tell y'all, I got a new roof through Triple C Power Roofing, and like normally around this time of the year, my house is hot. Like not this year. Like seriously,
We put that solar. We put
Yeah.
that solar attic vent
yeah,
right above your
love
bedroom
that,
too.
friend. Like my
Yeah.
house is always burning up, but not this year. It's like wow. Okay, I get to enjoy the little spring months. It's really nice.
So what that is the biggest peak in your house is right above your bedroom in the back of your house.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So we're sucking out that hot air, which is
Yeah.
making that part of the house cooler,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then the other problem that you had was you had holes from
all
previous
the
storms and trees.
all the pew pews, all the celebratory gunfire. That too. If you live in the hood like I do, every 4th of July, whatever, like birthday parties, New Year's, people are shooting up the place. And I think a few of those holes might have not just been because of the bad work done prior, but
Right.
I think that some of that was like shooting. Oh
Right.
my God.
Air getting trapped and whatnot. So
Yeah.
you want to get rid of stagnant ventilation. The worst thing that you can see in guys and ladies when you're driving in your neighborhoods, if you ever see the houses that haven't actually installed a ridge vent, right? Along the very apex of the roof, and then right below it, you see like a series of like 5 stagnant vents, slant back air hogs, is what they call them.
Yeah.
That's just bad installation.
Dang.
It's terrible. Those hawks need to be lowered
Yeah.
onto the base of the roof. They can't just be right there doing nothing but causing flow just in that one area. It's
Yeah.
keeping that heat trapped downwards, important against the walls and the ceilings.
Yeah, that new roof. Every time I pull up to the house, I see my new roof, and I'm like, dang, I need to get the rest of the house to look like the roof because my roof looks like $1 million house. Like, but I look at the house, my house is ugly, y'all.
Yeah, and that's what's beautiful. I mean, honestly, and I'm not just gonna. I'm sharing the love today.
Yeah.
All of the roofing shingles are beautiful these
Yeah,
days.
they
I mean, I
are.
would
They
stick.
are. They
I would
are.
stick to the duration or the certainty. The Owens Corning, the certainty. Of course, GAF is what we install, and I just think the tones, the high definition, that HDZ is
Yeah.
where it's at. And we take it a step further. We don't have to install the upgraded ridge and hips, but we do. We
They
use that.
do. It
We use
looks
that timber
nice.
text, and I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah, it
So-
does. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, my house needs to catch up with the roof. I got a badass roof. I need the house to look like the same, same energy.
Yeah, you got good transitions too.
And it
We
was
got
so.
you.
Let me tell y'all something, friends. They did not leave nails all over. I've had people come work on my house, and I have to do all the cleanup. They destroy my plants, a bunch of crazy stuff. Sometimes, like damages to other things. No, with Triple C Power Roofing, it's like, man, it's like they weren't even there. Like, I did not find anything. I even, like, after you guys left, I ran the little metal thing around just to make sure, you know, I don't step on any nails. Nothing, not one nail on the ground. Nothing, not a staple, not nothing. I'm like, wow.
We had a guy tie one of those magnet sticks onto a rope at a house with a swimming pool, and he casted it out and drug it on the bottom of the pool to make sure we got the nails off the bottom of the pool.
That's amazing.
Problem was we also had some bricks that were in there, so I had to go arm deep in there and rip those bricks out. But there's nothing better than getting into the pool after a hot day.
Yeah, for sure, friend. I can only imagine.
Do we have any questions or anything? I don't know. What we got on there?
Somebody says, it's just so expensive, but you know what?
Oh, financing. Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
So I was talking to my insurance agent today, and if you want his name and number, just, you know, hit me up and I'll give you his name and number. We're talking about, you know, if your insurance costs $5,000 to $6,000 a year, right, and your roof is going to cost $10,000 to $12,000 up front with cash, and you don't have the cash.
Yeah, a lot of us don't have that.
You can get like a 4 or 5 year loan and drag out your payments, only pay like a 10% total interest on top of the price of the roof. So you pay 13 on 12, right? And you pay like anywhere from 150 to 250. Sometimes, depending on the size of the roof, you might get a $300 a month note. So just think about that. If you could trade off, right, getting a brand new roof, not paying cash, and also when you get the new roof, you're lowering the risk of the insurance policy. So your premiums are going to go down. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Had a couple in Jersey Village, right? They got a roof. They had us fill out the State Farm paperwork. State Farm, oh no.
I know. I'm like,
but no. We filled it out, got everything submitted. They saw what type of roof and what we installed and the products that we put on that house, and they lowered their premium $720 a year. Dang. So think about that. If you could pay $200 a month, right? That's about $2,400 a year, but you could lower your insurance premiums anywhere from $500 to $1,000 just to trade off. Really, you're just taking money out of the insurance pool, right? And you're just reallocating it into your roof payment pool. Right now, you're paying high premiums and you don't have a new roof. But if you could just pay a little bit more than what you're paying now and lower your premium at the same time and have a new roof and your insurance. Nice. It's just spending your money smarter, right?
Smarter.
You just got to know, you got to talk to your insurance agents as well. You all have brokers. They're not just here to sign you up and never talk to you again. Most of the brokers I know want to work with you, right? But a lot of them, they just sign up and skip town. Wow. It happens. Yeah. Get with your insurance agent and say, if I put a new roof up on this 20-year house or 25-year roof, will my premiums go down? As simple as that. Yeah. So, and like I said, we can finance it. It's a simple process through First National Bank of Omaha. Product's called Slice. Space City Payments. David got us hooked up with that. So, again, it's a very simple process. It's 3 steps. We come measure it. We give you the quote. We run your credit, and if you pass, you can get that roof for like $100, $200. $200 a month is probably
really
right
good,
on average.
Yeah, compared to like later. Look, if you don't ever get it done, then you got a worse problem. Like, don't wait, don't neglect it, because it's only going to get worse. It doesn't get better, you guys. It does not.
I think we told you your roof would have been about $135 a month if you would have financed it.
Yeah.
She was like, nah.
Yeah, I wanted Grizzy, I'm old school. Like, I had it there.
Grizzy
like,
pays cash.
Yeah, I paid cash. Like, I paid cash for my roof, but I've been in a situation where I've needed to finance, and it's good to know that it would have been like $130 a month. Anybody can afford. You can afford that. Right. You got money to go buy beer, go drink out with the boys, go to the Texans, go to the games. Then you can shell out $120, $130, $300. You could do it. Yeah. So
I like going to the Astros game and having like 2 beers.
Yeah, that's not
just
bad.
because my pocketbook hurts when I leave.
Yeah.
I don't know how these people drink a beer per inning at the baseball game.
Oh man,
that's like a $200 expense.
Yeah.
Just think that one Astros game for some of you beer drinkers is the cost of having
your
roof per month.
Yes, priorities, friends. We're doing amazing in 2025. Priorities. Get your solar paneling.
Right.
He's the one-stop shop for this. Triple C Power Roofing. You want to contact them. Somebody says, "What's the information?" Let me put it in here real quick for you.
Yeah,
I got you.
1-866. I lied to you. 1-855-766-1990.
All right.
But yeah, you just put your name in there. When you say what's the information, I will turn around and I will give you a shout out. I'll tag you. I'll message you. I'll reply in the comments on Grizzy's page. So yeah, any good stories that we have, anything you need, just let me know down the road. And like I said, thank you for being so good to us, so News Peeps, because we've helped out a lot of people, which also helps us in return because it just generates more revenue. So.
Yeah. And they give back to the community. That's why we love Triple C Power Roofing. They work with programs, you know, in the community to try to help wherever they can. And if you paid attention to this video, Lance put other people on. Like, he shouted out like multiple businesses, an attorney in there too that helps with these things. That's love. Like, you want to deal with people like that. Earlier, we had somebody trying to plug themselves in, and I swear that name, I'm not trying to be ugly, homeboy, but not all business is good business. We got somebody in here that tried to plug in his phone number right now, and I swear I could have seen that name in conflict. You don't want to deal with people who you pay, and then later on, it's a nightmare, or you don't like the work, or it's not backed up by their word. You want to deal with people that are, we don't want no come on downs. Like for business.
Yeah, that's the number one problem. I mean, there's 400 great roofers in the city of Houston. There really are. And there's some really great just one-off crews that literally might not have any insurance, but they're always going to do you good. Like they are out there. But for every one of those great roofers or great crews, right? There's just bad people. There's just people that'll never. There's people that bounce around state to state doing jobs. There's people that take people's money up front like 5 or 10 times deep and then never deliver the products and do the roof.
I wish you did other areas.
And then they go hidden.
Yeah. I wish you did like siding, fencing, and all that. I would.
Well, we do all that.
Oh, you do?
Of course we do.
Okay, well, yeah. Siding,
so,
friends.
Triple C Roofing and Construction, they definitely go through all of that. The power roofing was just because we added the solar.
Okay.
But so we will do all that. Yeah, John James is pretty much the master at that. And as far as siding goes, Charles Vincent does a great job getting those quotes out too.
I need one friend for my house because I'm so look, friends. He'll tell you my house is ugly. Well, it's not ugly like that, but
house is cute.
It's a cute little house, but it looks
real good now with the roof.
It's green. My house is green and white, y'all. Like it's a mint colored green, like not like this green over here. Look, not like this one, not like that, but like off, like kind of like this color, a little more greener. Man,
it's like double mint gum green.
Double mint gum green.
Right.
So yes, friends, it's time. If you got it available, and you've been thinking about doing some work, don't wait. Don't neglect your casitas because that's all we have. Like that roof over our head sometimes is all we have. And we gotta take care and cherish our homes.
But it's always important. I see people that stress out about the whole process of installing that roof because they do get nervous about the cleanup. They get nervous about the people climbing on the roof. They don't want anybody falling off. Like something always is going to go wrong in people's minds. But you have to follow up after the installs with your insurance. You got to let your insurance know what's going on, right?
Yeah.
When something's fresh and brand new and you have an opportunity to get a discount, you got to do it. Whether you use me or any other roofer in the city of Houston. If you've gotten a roof in the last 3 to 4 months and you haven't made that phone call to your insurance, what are you doing?
Right.
Get up.
Yeah.
Find that warranty that they sent you. Find that invoice. Call your insurance agent and say, I just got my roof replaced 3 or 4 months ago, last week. Stop waiting. Get it done. Save some money on your premiums, please.
Yeah.
Save
some money. Yeah. Don't.
And that's just one thing extra because we always follow up and say, hey, did you call that insurance agent yet? Right? Hey, it rained last night. How's that roof holding up? By the way, did you call your insurance agent yet?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, of course, I try to give mine out, and then.
And Lance follows up. He checks on my roof. He's like, "Hey, how's everything?" I'm like, "The roof is good. Like, no problems. Like, no news.
No squirrels coming through it.
No squirrels. None of that.
No birds dying.
Man, speaking of squirrels, y'all know what my dad did? He put a license plate on the roof, dude. I'm like, "No, Daddy." We're trying to convince him it's time to fix their little roof. I was like, "Is that a license plate up there?" And apparently he put a license plate on the roof because squirrels were trying to get through the chimney. Just a mess. So we might have a potential client soon. I'm trying to convince my parents to let me take care of all that. So
right.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, that's the other thing too. Like those little patch jobs like that, the water still gets underneath it.
No,
water. The first thing we said on this live today, Grizzy. Water always wins. It finds its way in. The force of water is undefeated. Right?
Yep.
Unless you can truly block it out by going over ridges.
Yep. Hey, somebody
covering up holes.
said it's so good to see you, Robin Kilmer Lemoyne. Lance, it's so good to see you doing well. And
Thank you, Robin. Appreciate you.
Jacqueline said, "What's the information?" So we just hooked it up with the info. Call
Yeah,
today.
1-855-766-1990.
Yes, www.triplecpowerroofing.net. Make
Yeah.
sure to reach out. They've got a website as well.
You can type Triple C Power Roofing in the Google and find our Google My Business page.
There you go. And
So-
you can follow them on Facebook too. He's always putting out great videos. The befores and afters are always amazing. My favorite one that you did, Lance, was that veterinarian building, the doggy place.
Yeah, the animal hospital.
Animal hospital. Yep.
Yeah, down off Telephone Road.
Yep.
Yeah, Mackenzie Gallegos is the doctor down there.
Oh yeah.
She wanted to get a brand new flat TPO roof, so we do commercial roofing as well.
All right.
And so it's about a 2-day, 3-day project, and she just wants to go up there and climb her hatch, and she just wanted to have a nice, beautiful new roof to sit up there, to like just look at the city and relax.
Awesome. That's so cool.
And have like a Coke or a beer or something at the end of the day after she helps all those pets for 4 or 5 days. So yeah, weekends. I believe she's open Thursday through Sunday, maybe even on Monday. So if you have a medical emergency for your pets, she's watching Grizzy and she called us and we got that roof replaced for her.
What's up.
So yeah, the animal hospital down there, Animal Emergency Center.
All right. Yeah. Jacqueline says, "What is the charge for coming out for a quote?" Good question.
Yeah, so we don't charge anything for the quote. We come out and we look at it. It's a free assessment.
All right.
Obviously, we're gonna give you the tools you need after we leave, and hopefully you take advantage of those tools.
Awesome.
It's kind of weird. Most roofers are that way. The one thing I guess that does separate us. That's a great question, Jacqueline. It's going to lead to my next part. If you're selling your house, tell your realtor. If your realtor is saying you need a new roof, that we will replace your roof in that home sale process at closing for no deposit down, and we'll let all the money get settled at title after the contract is signed and the buyer buys on your house. So if the buyer's demanding you replace the roof, hey, nobody in the process of moving wants to have to come up with like 15, 20K to replace their roof, right? So we will do no deposits, especially working with our real estate partners in the community. So I reach out to realtors for that as well. I do solar assessments, which are solar inspections. If somebody has solar on their house, you got to know what you're buying. So we do that assessment for you. And then as far as a roof replacement goes, no down payment, no deposit. We will get to that house. We will get it done between closing and the day that the buyer wants to move in.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we'll go pick up the check at title. Nothing ever comes out of the seller's pocket, which just makes it convenient for them.
All my real estate peeps, listen up, because this is for you. Yeah, that's good. So if you find yourself, with damages still from Burl, you need solar solutions, or you just need a new roof, it's time to call Lance at Triple C Power Roofing today. And we got an 832-520 number. Is that one good too?
Yeah, I mean, that's my personal cell.
Okay.
So you better call with business, because if you don't,
Yeah.
Janita's going to get after you. No.
Yeah, 832.
Don't take away from my family time. No, I'm
There
just
you
kidding,
go.
guys.
832-520-1029.
Yes, 832-520-1029. That's me.
Yeah.
But yeah, try to hit up that. If you hit up Grizzy or Solar with that 855-766-1990, that's how you're going to get that discount. It's going to get to me quick.
Yes.
And we'll figure it out. Let's see. I don't know. Sometimes we get one of those texts while we're on this live. Let's see if we got any today.
Get ahead of the deadlines, and explore your options now. It's the time, friends. Now is the time.
Yes.
Don't wait. Don't wait. All right. So is there anything else you want to tell the peeps? Anything like we're looking forward to?
If you're jumping on here late, just remember hurricane season. I mean, it literally starts next week. So they're saying it's going to be an active season.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't know if they always threaten that or say that, but
I believe it.
we got beat up. We got beat up last summer.
Yeah.
And I think the weather pattern and the heat, the already excessive heat, like when that Gulf is hot and that temperature in the water is so hot, it could just stir up a machine at any point in time. So don't take a risk. If you've had those holes, you got 1 month to get your roof assessed to claim from last year's barrel damage.
Yeah, barrel
But if
damage.
you want to wing it, don't. I say don't wing it, but
Don't wing it. Some of y'all will though, and he'll still be here for that.
yeah, we'll still be here.
Yeah.
So we're not going to charge people programs. We're not going to charge people for estimates. But just know when a hurricane hits, those call times go from, we can get out there tomorrow or 2 days from now to, it might take 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So Grizzy's got her people ready to go, and they call us as soon as disaster strikes.
Yeah.
And we get on board with y'all, and y'all know that you have us in your back pocket.
Yeah.
But it's first come, first serve at that point.
Yeah, it's gonna be a busy season. I like even our regular thunderstorms can cause damage. Even like severe thunderstorms. Yeah, like last night we already got peeps with crazy roof problems. So yeah, if you find yourself in that situation from sometimes it's like it's crazy. It's just weird to me. It's like, damn, not even the hurricanes is one thing, but we also have just regular tropical storms that'll tear up the city. It's just crazy.
Yeah, that's their rainfall, right? And that water gets heavy down. Everything gets waterlogged. And, sometimes you don't know you have a crack or a crevice or a break in your roof until that water starts collecting on it.
Yeah.
And once you get that excessive rain or maybe that wind-driven rain, right? Wind-driven rain is not a matter of having to replace the entire roof. Yeah. Like, that's just integrity right there.
Right. Yeah.
But
some people will say, yeah, you need to replace all of it, but Lance won't.
But if you got a hole in your valley, right, from a tree limb maybe falling off and sliding off the roof, the tree limb, you might never see that tree limb because of the wind, but it still could have hit your roof and dented and put a big hole in your valley.
Yeah.
If it's not properly ice and watered, that hole is torrential. But I one house in Spring after Beryl, she had a dime-sized hole in her valley, no damage on any part of her roof, and she had water gushing into her attic.
Jeez, man.
And all we had to do, it was a very, very little fix, and we were like, oh yeah, we'll fix that for like $200.
Wow.
She was like, no way.
Yeah.
She thought she was going to have a major problem.
Yeah, I would have thought that too. But that's integrity right there with Triple C Power Roofing. They got it. All right, Hood News peeps. Well, stay tuned. Make sure you call Lance. We've already added the phone number. I even gave you this man's personal phone number. But if you're going to call that number, make sure that you're ready for business.
That's right.
That's family time.
That's right.
Yes. And yeah, just make sure to get keep those deadlines in mind. Borough deadlines are coming within the next couple of weeks. You want to settle that dispute, get it over, do it now. He's got a legal team. He's got crews ready to work, ready to service you guys to avoid any potential worse damages down the line. So you want to take care of maintenance, your roof. You got questions, call him, and he's got the hookup. And if you're looking for other services as well, call him first. You want to call him first for sure.
All right.
Fans. Thank you,
Thank you, Grizzy.
Always a pleasure.
Appreciate you. H-Town always.
Yes.
And forever.
Yes.
Stay cool.
Thank you. All right, Hood News peeps. More Hood News on the way. Stay tuned. Bandit season is here too. All right, friends. Bye. Stay tuned. Go Stros.